Egg whites, they're pretty simple things, but we must watch. There's a couple of steps that we need to follow to successfully whip our egg whites. First of all, I'm going to crack my egg into a bowl, and I'm going to ensure that there's no egg yolk get anywhere near my egg white. So this is why I have my extra bowl here. This is to add to my already separated eggs. One of the key things about egg whites is they really do not like grease, they don't like oil, and they certainly don't like fat. So one of the good ways to ensure that this is clean is to take some vinegar solution, just plain white vinegar, add it to your bowl, and then clean the bowl. This will make sure there is no trace elements of fat or grease. I'm going to add my egg whites to my bowl, which has now been cleaned. Now, as you can see, I'm using a stainless steel bowl versus a copper bowl. When you use a copper bowl, the copper reacts with the egg white to produce a very good bind and gives you the volume that you're looking for. But because we don't all have copper bowls at our disposal, what we do is we create the acid effect and we use the cream of tartar. So I'm now going to add my final amount of cream of tartar to my eggs. Whipping egg whites by hand, however, can be a little bit of a tiresome business. So what we do, and what's most likely to do and be more efficient, is to pop over here and use one of these, a wonderful machine. Put your egg whites in, add your cream of tartar, and simply turn it on. So my egg whites are now beginning to take on some air. They're becoming white, and they're starting to form very soft peaks. So if I stop the mixing machine now, you can see the egg white taking on the air, holding its structure, but really will fall off the spoon with a minimal amount of effort. If I start the machine again, we'll continue whipping to a little more dense texture, which we would refer to as a medium peak. Adding sugar to meringue can be done in different stages. You can add some at the beginning of the whipping, or now when you're at your soft peak stage. Then you would continue to whip the machine on high. But for plain white egg whites, we can see we can obtain the level of volume of air that we need without the sugar. So here, if you see now a medium size, if you remember what we saw before, this should be a little bit harder, feel a little bit drier, and it takes a little bit more effort to get this off the spoon. So that would be like our medium peak. But then we can take it right on to the end. We're going to continue whipping until the egg whites come to a marshmallow texture, which will be drier and will give you a stiff peak. So if I stop the machine now, you'll see the egg white now clinging to the whip in the bowl, and also what we call our stiff peak. Very dry, and as you can see, much harder to get off the spoon. We could use stiff peaks for chocolate mousses, for imparting air, giving that nice soft texture. We could use this for meringues. All different types of meringues, as we know, are based on egg whites.